morning. Here are a few questions about your business. How did you start this business?
Actually, I started my business unknowingly that I am about to start a business. Since I was young, I had been introduced to selling because my mother has a sari-sari store. So at an early age, my eyes were opened into selling and dealing with people, different kinds of people. So the question was, what was it again, sorry?
How did you start this business?
So starting the business again was unknowingly. I didn't know I was into something. When I was in college, we had this event at school that we all have to wear costume, and because we were not rich at that time, we don't have much money. I ended up using my sister's gown when she had a debut, and I pretended to be Tinkerbell while everyone was doing Harry Potter. So the thing was, we were not required to do Harry Potter or to wear Harry Potter costume. So I ended up using a different costume. In my mind, I thought that was okay, but actually I felt a little bit out of the group because everyone was doing Harry Potter and I'm a princess, whatever. So that was a gown, and everyone said, mahirap makahanap ng costume na to. So at the back of my mind, I thought there was a need to produce something that was out of the market. So it's not in the market, it's a problem how to look for this costume. And it just so happened that one of my aunties, which is my dear Kaka Feli, her name is Felicissima, I call her Kaka. She is a tailor. She knows how to put together pieces of cloth and make an actual item, an actual product that someone could actually wear. So we ended up doing or making a costume, which is Harry Potter, not original thing. It's just a fan-made costume. So we started there, and because this type of costume is different to outsource, so you can't usually find it in the market. We ended up again with rentals. So that's the first business that I had, selling or having rentals for the costume. And when I turned 18, I also had a debut party, so someone gave me a dress, and I also had this for rental. So again, we were not rich, and I ended up posting this online saying, this is for rent, and if you will ever return this, I can give you amount of money as a refund for the payment that you gave me. So that was just how I started the business, not knowing that I'm into something, but I just needed some money to get over with my needs at that time.
And the next question is, why did you choose this business?
I chose this business in Harry Potter, the costume thing, because there is a need for it. My classmates said at the time in college that mahirap hanapin yung costume, so me as a problem solver, naturally, I wanted to solve that problem and fill into the market what is being needed. Actually, as of this time, marami pa din naghahanap ng mga costume, not just Harry Potter. So yung mga customers ko previously, they're asking, meron ba kayo ng ganitong costume? Yung mga bago sa TV, like Squid Game, or other mga Luffy, whatever. Hinahanap nila, and I don't have it. So, as of now, I'm still in need to figure out the resources, but I don't have much resources for that. Kaya I'm still just focusing into one, which is Harry Potter, which is, as of now, stable because meron ng mananahe, meron ng mga patterns, and we can upscale the business without getting much, without spending more into people or to learning how to do another costume, just like the ones that are new. So the question again was, why did you choose?
Just this business.
Yeah, so the bottom line is I chose the business because there is a need for it. It is being demanded in the market, and I only filled into the need that is asked by the people. So yung may kailangan.
Here's the next question. What special skills and characteristics do you have that are related with your business or job?
Okay, special skills. Actually, there's nothing special about me. Anyone could do what I did. You just have to, well, maybe that's a natural skill that I am a problem solver. I look for a problem and solve that. If you have this kind of mindset, probably you can also do what I did. And a special skill, well, as a young person, I sat in my mother's sari-sari store, and that's how I began dealing with people, because I think that's one skill that you need to be a people person. You have to empathize to what they need. Sometimes they will tell you bad stories about previous purchases. Nakabili ako sa ganito and I'm not expecting na mas maliit pala yung size, mas pangit pala yung gawa. So, you need to empathize with them, saying, oh, I'm sorry to hear na that you experienced more before. However, this time, let me help you. We have this kind of size you can choose. You give them customer service. So that's one skill that I have. Because, yeah, back when in college, we're not rich. I ended up applying for a customer service representative, the BPO industry. So I had a little experience about that, and I learned a thing or two, which helped me to become this person, helper sa mga customer, kung sino mang may problema, gano'n. And in a way, you earn kasi, syempre, you can't do business if you don't earn anything from it. So another characteristic is maybe passive or active listening. Not just listening sa kung anong kailangan ng mga tao, like yung one thing, may mga bago nga ng mga shows, like yung Squid Game. Active listening is when you listen to your customers' need. Kapag kailangan nila ng mga things na wala ka, active listening is doing something to fill into that need. So you listen, you figure out what to do, and yeah, that's just listening basically.
The next question is, how did you learn to deal with failure?
Failure actually is a natural thing that happens to everyone, to almost anything that we do. Failure is a part of a natural process. So in me, since I have been doing many things in my life, I experienced many different little kinds of failure. And I think you just need to overcome that experience. Sometimes when I feel sad, you have to just let the time pass. You don't have to, for example, you have an order and you feel bad, you feel down. You can't just keep on doing that order because you might tend to damage something or do something wrong in the process. Actually right now I have another business which is invitation making. I specialize on making wax seals. Failure in my area of that business is not making your customers happy. So when they say something that I received a package and it's a little bit damaged because of maybe the courier, that's a failure for me because the customer is not happy. So my goal here is to make customers satisfied and give them what they demanded in exchange for the payment that I received. So if they paid 8 pesos for one item, I need to make sure that 8 pesos will be satisfying for them because they received an item that is satisfactory. Meaning they like the outcome, they got it on time, they got it without damage. So as a seller, I need to make sure that they got what they paid for. And failure for me again is customers not being happy. So I need to make them happy. If they're not happy, I will be willing to substitute the item, like shipping again, the exact same item, just to make sure that this time I did everything right. And they will be happy, finally.
Question is, what does success mean to you?
success is actually a very broad term, and I would not like to um, focus on success being wealthy or being having lots of customers. It's not just like that. Success could be a short term or a long term thing, and for me, I focus on the short terms because this is something that you see every day. This is something that motivates me as a seller to go on to the next day. And in a long term, success for me would be growing the business, of course, and growing myself, overcoming those little failures and learning from them. That's success for me. Again, the question is,
What does success mean to you?
so there, success would mean to me that I overcome those small mistakes and failures. Yeah, that's success for me.
Okay, for the last question, what advice would you give to those who's planning to start their own business?
So advice, maybe you wouldn't get so much from me, but if you want to start a business, I want you to make sure that you find a problem and fill in a solution to those problems that you find. Because if you don't have customers, if you don't have anything to solve, for example, you're just making a burger stand outside your house, and no one is actually hungry in your neighborhood because everyone is so wealthy, they have stocks at home, whom do you think you're gonna serve the burgers to? You need a problem. So you need to put your stand outside, probably a subdivision where people are hungry, mostly hungry. So again, you have to find a problem and fill into that problem with a solution that you can offer to the people, of course, with a return with something in return, which is monetary, because you're doing a business, you can just do business, giving everything, and you don't get something. So that's it.
Thank you so much for your wonderful answers.
Okay, you're welcome.